Welcome, everybody. Here we are. Hold the Mayo. With me, as always, Sam the Man McMahon,
What's
and
up?
I am Dan Gutierrez IV.
IV.
We got an awesome episode lined up for you today. Our first ever, and our probably biggest guest ever, Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Dude, I
will be
can't wait.
joining us.
I can't wait.
Yeah, we're gonna have him on later in the episode. We're gonna talk a little bit about COVID because Sammy has some COVID. And then we're going to discuss the Mega Millions. Yeah, Sammy's looking around because he knows it was his fault for not wearing a mask. And then we'll talk about Mega Millions. There was a winner. We have awarded another $1 billion on the show. So congratulations to the Mega Millions winner. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Thanks
You're
for
welcome.
watching. Thanks for watching, right? And then to wrap it all up, as always, the single frame movie challenge.
For the next billion.
Yeah, that's right. So here we go. Hold the Mayo, baby.
Hold the Mayo.
This almost feels like show and tell time. I'm gonna let you choose. Ready?
Hat number one. Dude, I'm from Texas. There is no choice two, but let's go.
All right. Well, hat number two. Seen this one before?
No.
No? Okay. Okay.
Dude, no one likes the USA.
Hat number three.
I saw the cowboy hat, dude.
I got one more. I got one more. This is not
I have a cowboy hat in here.
You have a cowboy hat there? If you have a cowboy hat and I have a cowboy hat, we both should wear cowboy hats.
Dude, cowboy hat.
Because why not?
Dude. So we got this last year at our summit, our regional summit in San Antonio. And my head is bigger than these hats are really meant to be. And I've always had a big head anyway. So this looks like a kitty hat on me. Yours looks good. You look like you just came out from picking fruit in the orchard or something. No.
You look like you just came out of the orchard. I look like I just rode in on a freaking cow, on a freaking horse. I'm a cowboy.
Cowboy, baby.
Oh, man. How you been? I know got some interesting stuff. You had COVID?
Dude, yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Yeah, so we had our regional summit in Wisconsin. Beautiful. It was the Abbey, shameless plug for those guys, at Lake Geneva. Gorgeous place. Well, I had to take a flight to Chicago and then a 15-minute flight from Chicago to Milwaukee. The taxiing took longer than the flight to Milwaukee. Yeah. Whatever. But I didn't even dawn on me until I was talking to you guys that Sunday that I sat next to a cougher on the flight to Chicago. It registered with me at the time that it was going on, but I just totally forgot about it. Because there was nobody I was around that was sick. Nobody came back sick other than me. And yeah, it kicked my butt. And,
Sammy, during the height of the pandemic, did you fly anywhere? You did not?
No.
No? Okay. During the pandemic, there was a mask requirement.
Yeah.
That mask requirement has been lifted. I still wear a mask. You know why? Because I don't want to be in a small ass tube for multiple hours with people coughing.
I remember even looking over at her and going, really? I didn't say anything, but I did kind of give her the evil eye. But she said, I mean, you don't feel good, you cough. I was just, it just sucked. It didn't dawn on me that that's where I got it, but it had to have been because no one else I knew. The thing is, you go to these work conference things, you're up early, you're out late, you come back, you're tired. So I didn't feel like I didn't expect to feel. I just never got any better. I just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I flew back on my wife's birthday, gave her a kiss. Hey, welcome home, blah, blah, blah. Well, about 2.5, 3 days later, she starts feeling like crap.
Nice. It's just like the movie Contagion.
Exactly. And so this is the second time that I gave her COVID.
Wow.
Yeah. So sucks.
And you probably felt as bad as that hat looks.
Dude, worse. Worse. So that what's cool about the hat, got my initials.
Okay.
burnt in, branded in,
All
and
right. All right.
cook 'em,
And you
baby.
got the Longhorn going.
Cook 'em. So yeah, but yeah, I have a better hat at the house, but this is this.
Yeah.
So
Well,
anyway,
we definitely need to do this again when you have your house
all right,
hat,
all right.
so we can look like professionals. Because
I
right
just
now
have a.
I look like a stud, and
You do,
you
dude.
look like
It
the
works.
rodeo clown.
It works for you, dude. I'm dead serious. You can pass.
That's right,
I look.
man.
I just look like a fat guy wearing a bottle cap or something.
I grew up in Kissimmee. That's all there was out there.
Yeah.
This our rival school, their mascot is a cowboy, the Osceola Cowboys. So just think about that for a minute. Yeah. So good to have you back.
Thanks. Good
It's
to be
good
here.
that you survived another round of COVID.
Sucks.
I did have COVID once myself. I had all the shots. I think 4 of them, 5. I don't know how many shots I had. I was like, if you got medicine for me, it's gonna keep me from getting sick. Give me the damn medicine. I don't care if it's got a microchip in it or not.
Yeah, they know where I'm at anyway.
But my wife and I went to Paris in October. It's almost a year now. October of last year. We were lazy. We wore the mask on the plane, but we were lazy when we got off the plane. We took like a train subway thing from Charles de Gaulle into Paris. It was about an hour, and
Yeah.
we were packed like sardines. 3 days later, I felt sick. 4 days later, but I will tell you this: like I was only in bed for 1 day. I slept it off. The next day, I got up and I was back in Paris,
Dude.
spreading the COVID.
Right. This one sucked. So my wife had the original COVID, and she could have gone to the hospital, and but there were people who were a whole lot worse off. But we were keeping an eye on her. It hit her really bad.
Yeah.
Second time, Omicron, which was my first one, wasn't that bad. Everybody kind of knew Omicron wasn't that bad. Whatever, I guess what I got is a variant of Omicron. This one kicked our butts. Nowhere near hospital, but
You just felt like crap.
I still got some cough. It
Yeah.
sucks. And the fatigue, man. I mean, for the longest time, I couldn't stay up past 7:30.
Yeah, I'll tell you. There's still a lot of doubters out there. It's like it was not a real thing. People weren't dying from it. I had 2 people close in my family. My older brother, he had it. He was in the hospital for a month, and he was what's it called? He had he needed a breathing tube
Intubated.
into whatever
Yeah.
for a month. So he was like it hit him bad. My
Wait,
brother-in-law.
who is this?
What's that?
Who is this?
My older brother.
I had no idea you had siblings.
Yeah, man. I got an older brother, older sister, a younger brother.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, the ones
Yeah,
that I
one's
know
about
of. I probably got some half brothers out there and sisters that I don't know who they are.
love children.
Yeah, yeah. But he was like, I mean, in for a month, intubated. That was pretty bad. Brother-in-law had it really bad. He has a lot of the post-COVID, they call it long COVID stuff, I
Yep.
guess.
Yep.
He's a trucker. He has to pick a lot of heavy stuff up. He's done it for years, but now he says within a couple minutes of doing it, his arms just feel like he's just fatigued. He can't do it anymore.
Yeah. I had some, I don't know, severe, but for the longest time after the first one, so much brain fog. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't focus on anything.
Wow, it's amazing you can still function because before COVID, I remember
Dude, I know. I trust me. I was right on it before. No, so I'm actually kind of concerned about this round because this one hit me much harder than the last one, and I still have the fatigue. The fact that I've been up at work up here since 8 o'clock, about 8:30, I guess. I'm probably gonna go home and crash when we're done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I worry about the fatigue and the brain fog thing.
No,
That sucks.
it's legit, man. But moral of the story is COVID is still out there. There's actually a new variant that they announced today. It's just like initials and a number, like R2D2 or something.
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen that.
But yeah, take care of
I'm
yourselves,
patient
people.
zero.
Wear the mask. Wear a mask if you're on a plane. I know
Even if you
it's
don't
not
think it
cool.
matters, man, it ain't hurting you that much.
I mean, does wearing a seatbelt on a plane really save you when the plane crashes from 40,000 feet? No, but you got to wear it. Wear the mask. It'll help. I know you're not cool wearing it, but I will always wear a mask on a plane from now on because it's just nasty. It's nasty.
And I,
So-
you know, I'll have one with me. I don't know that I'll wear it, but if I hear a cough, that's something going on.
Yeah, man, be safe. Better be safe than be sorry. Don't want things to fall apart or break because everyone gets sick again. We'll be right back after this break with Neil deGrasse Tyson. That's right.
cool.
He's gonna be on Hold the Mayo. Not my nuts. He's gonna be on Hold the Mayo.
When you get a restyled Honda CRV, you get more. You get a set of wheels that helps you go farther with less. A better view of your surroundings. And you're getting Motor Trend's 2015 Sport Utility of the Year. So visit your local Honda dealer today.
I'm back.
That's right. And you just heard the voice of Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's joining us today on Hold the Mayo. Going to talk about some ups and downs in his career, some of the podcasts that he's done, and what's gone well. Mr. deGrasse Tyson, thank you so much for joining us today. What do you have for us?
You know, one of our more successful of these was on water towers. Wasn't that
Yes,
amazing? It's got
it was.
millions and millions. And,
Yeah.
and nobody thinks about water towers. So it's just, but it's a reminder that there's physics in everything.
Yes.
So today I want to talk about the rocket equation. Did
Okay,
you know
so-
that? Did you know there was such a thing?
Come on, dude, really?
No, you could say, I'm sure there's an equation for everything.
Yeah, I'm sure there's an equation for everything. There's got to be.
Well, actually, one of our friends of Star Talk, Max Tegmark, he wrote a book a little while back on why he felt we're all in a simulation, and one of the evidence for that was everything that you see happening in the world
Everything the light touches. Sorry, I'll try not to interrupt.
can be described mathematically.
Even The Rock.
Even the rock, yeah. What you're talking about, the forces and pressures within it that comprise it and make it. So if everything can be described mathematically, then why can't we just all be in a simulation where it's someone programmed it in, right? And it was like I had no rebuttal to that. So you would expect, even in that world, the rockets would have their own equation, and they do. Mm-hmm. All right. So here's how it goes. Have you ever wondered
All the time.
why? Let's take the Saturn V rocket, for example.
All right.
For those who remember it, or we can do the space shuttle, any rocket at all. But the Saturn V is sort of the best
That's
a measure of what I'm about to describe.
right.
Okay, the rocket was 34 stories tall.
Yeah.
Okay,
Massive.
34 stories. And all right, where were the astronauts?
Yeah, they're at the top of it, right?
They are crammed into the capsule,
Right.
way at the top.
In the tip. We call it the tip.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay. So, well, what's the rest of it? Is it payload? Is it their food supply for while they're on the moon? No, that fits just behind them a little bit in the rest of the command module.
Oh,
Okay.
gosh.
There's a little B section. They're sitting up front, the three of them, and there's a little sort of storage closet.
Nice. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's tiny.
Okay, so there it is. Everything else is rocket fuel.
Wow.
Everything. And you can say to yourself, well, how come cars don't look like that? All right. If you're going on a trip, how come most of your car is not?
Yeah. By the way, you got to be crazy to strap yourself to a rocket that's 98% gas. That's crazy. I'm not doing that. No way. Yeah, if you put me in that, as like suicide mission. Come on. Yeah. Not going. Nope. Not doing it.
So here's what's going on. A rocket, when you launch, you say, well, how much fuel do I need to launch a certain amount of payload? Okay. Because it's all about the payload. All right. How, the astronauts, I forgot which mission where they first took the rover, their automobile on the moon. I heard Jerry Seinfeld joke about this. He said, guys invented this idea. I say, why? because
The rocket equation.
here you have a rocket going to the moon, and the first thing they said is, let's bring a car.
Love sci-fi.
Just the car culture in America is like writ all over that. You know, you got a rocket, guys, and you're not happy enough with that?
It's hilarious.
So here's the point. We have the payload, and it weighs whatever it does. And you say, how much fuel does it take to get that payload to the moon? So you can calculate that. And it'd be like this much fuel. I'm just gesturing with my fingers here. I'm not, the amount doesn't matter for what I'm about to describe. So that's how much fuel it takes to get to the moon. The weight of the payload is not only the stuff you're bringing to the moon, the weight of the fuel you haven't burned yet.
So we need fuel to get the fuel off the ground. So fuel for the fuel for the fuel.
Thank
for
you.
the fuel, for the
Okay,
fuel.
so you need the
Whoa,
fuel
that's
to get the
hardcore
fuel,
idea.
to burn the fuel to get your
Trying to wrap
stuff
my
to the
brain.
moon.
It's not gonna have this hat on because my brain would explode without it.
Now, that bit that you added,
Now
what's
I need-
getting that to the moon?
Fuel to the fuel to the fuel. Woo!
Exactly. Okay. Okay.
Oh, man.
So the branch
boy.
of math called calculus is exquisitely conceived for just this kind of problem.
And how'd you do in calculus? I did
Okay.
that.
All right.
And so what it tells you is that the amount of fuel you need to deliver a certain payload grows exponentially
Okay.
for every extra pound of payload. That's why the birth of the space program, you had trim astronauts that we had to miniaturize everything. And in fact, the miniaturization of electronics, which we all take for granted today.
Right.
You got stuff that fits on your hip, in your pocket, going back to the Sony Walkman, where you put a cassette tape and you walked around. The miniaturization of electronics was driven by the urge to put this stuff in space.
Wow.
And so not Sony Walkman in space, just circuits and the things that enable electricity to do interesting and important things for you on your journey.
Right.
So the urge to miniaturize it and make it lighter and lighter and lighter, because you couldn't keep making a bigger and bigger gas tank. Okay. So
right.
a couple of things we can do about this. Okay. Because it's all about the weight. Oh, by the way, I forgot this. If you have a gas tank and then all the fuel has been exhausted from that tank, but you have other tanks, the empty tank has weight. So what are you going to do?
Throw it away. I've seen that for years, dude.
Useless.
It's useless.
I like that thing.
Okay,
like-
so Werner von Braun knew this. Werner von Braun was the German rocket engineer that we brought over after the Second World
German.
War. And we said, build us a rocket to the moon. And so he did. And he realized that you don't want to carry useless weight with fuel that you need
sounds
to
like a dumb
ultimately
one.
get your payload. So he built the rocket into multiple stages.
Genius.
Multi-stage rocket. So the first stage is the first set of fuel that burns. And there it goes. It gets up to a certain speed, a certain altitude. It is done. What do you do at that stage? Jettison it. You say, get it the hell off of my ass here.
Get off my ass.
Then you kick in the next stage. Anything you're not going to use, get it
Get
the
off my
hell
ass.
off of your body, right? So you shed the shell, the rocket shell. And so if you're high up and you shed it, it'll burn up in the atmosphere. Now, what SpaceX is doing is for the set of rockets that jettison low enough to not burn up,
Yeah.
okay, you know what they do? They left some fuel in them for them to guide their way back autonomously to a launch pad. And then they reuse them.
Yes, and scary. A little scary. Want to reuse rockets.
Why?
Yeah.
No, you
Oh,
refurbish
yeah,
them.
yeah.
No. If you reuse things, then you get the benefits of the economy of scale for that. And that is the main contribution that SpaceX is making to this whole enterprise.
Hey, easy,
Right,
easy.
yeah.
So they reuse the rockets that they jettison. The remaining fuel has less weight to then push to its destination. The rocket that went to the moon needed enough fuel to leave Earth, go into orbit, leave Earth orbit, go to the moon, go into orbit around the moon, land on the moon, come back to moon orbit, leave Earth moon orbit, and come back to Earth.
Oh,
All of that fuel had to be in that vessel. Okay, and they're just leaving stuff left and right. So on the moon, they left the landing pad, they left the rovers, they brought some rocks, and so by the time they got back, they just did a capsule that was there at the top of the 36 to 34-story building. Okay, so now, the reason why you don't have cars with 98% of their mass in fuel.
Exactly.
By the way, you would need such a car if you were driving from here to California. We're in New York now. If you drive from here to California and there were no filling stations, you'd have to carry all your fuel. And some of the energy burned in that fuel would be to move not only your ass and your luggage and your family, but the other fuel that is not yet to burn. In fact, the gas mileage for those still using internal combustion engine cars, the gas mileage of your car gets better the less gas you have in the tank. I actually calculated that, and I would save a few dollars a month by driving half empty down to like a fifth empty rather than a full tank down to half tank. The real way to travel through space, just to bring this to closure, is you need filling stations in space.
Now, will these filling stations have donuts and coffee as well?
I need a candy bar.
I'm just saying.
Hey, you pull up. Hey, could you check the oil?
Top it off. Will they fill like in Jersey? That's the question too. You gotta do it yourself. Pump it.
So the future of space travel is going to have to be that, or you find a way to make fuel at your destination. And there are people thinking about that for Mars, Mars especially, but also the moon, which has fewer chemical resources. But anyhow, the rocket equation tells you how big ass your rocket has to be, because it's the fuel that carries the fuel that carries the fuel that carries the fuel that carries your stuff.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, thank you so much for the laughs, the knowledge, information. Someday we'll fill our cars 98% with fuel and travel to the moon and back on our own. Forget these rockets, right? Mr. Tyson, thank you for joining the show. We'll see you next time. You can join us. Super appreciative. And we'll be right back after this break on Hold the Man.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name, build it by hand, and hack the McDonald's menu. I'm surprised at how attracted I am to it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome back to Hold the Mayo. Yeah, rub them hands together because you gotta get them nice and warm to hold all that money. We're talking about billions and billions.
Try, baby.
$1.5 billion. I guess that's not billions and billions, but at least $1 billion was awarded.
MegaMillions.
A mega billion. That's actually what I'm calling the game now. It's not Mega Millions. Mega Billions, baby.
There you go, baby.
$1.6 billion was awarded last night to a sole winner out of somewhere in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm from Florida.
And where do you live? Oh, you said Jackson.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. It wasn't me. If it was me, I would not be in this little room. I'd be recording this from the beach for you guys.
Oh, heck yeah, dude. I'll be right there with you, rubbing your feet or something.
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be rubbing my damn feet. Rub them feet. Rub them feet.
Dude, if I could give me a piece of that, I'll rub those little toes together.
That's gross. I mean, my toes aren't gross, but the face you just made there, yeah, that's pretty gross there, buddy. So we did this last time we were on. We had Jordan on, we had Jacob, and we had Teresa, and we asked them, what would you guys do if you won the jackpot? Because there was the last $1 billion jackpot. I heard the most pathetic answers I've probably heard in my life. And your daughter kicked it off with probably the crappiest answer. She would pay off her debt. Come on, who cares? Who cares about debt? You're rich. Rich people acquire debt.
It wouldn't take long to pay. Don't worry. Hey, I raised her right. Don't be in debt, even when you have billions of dollars.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of ragged on her a little bit, but then she gave me an awesome answer in response. I had to push her. It was probably the best answer. She would buy all the cats and dogs in the world. You didn't like it. I thought it was awesome. That's the type of stuff that we should be doing when you have all the money in the world. So, Sammy, you made us all feel like crap because you're like, you would invest in like child help services stuff and blah blah blah, and we're all like,
Helping the unfortunate. Yeah. We were actually talking about that last night, my wife and I, because we were like, what would we do? We would go, live at Disney for a month and just maybe take a year and just travel to all these different places for a month apiece or something like that, or however long we wanted to stay there, and then come back and then I'd set up my foundation, and I wouldn't just be throwing money at it. It'd be kind of a self-sustaining type of deal, but it would require some initial capital. I mean, we went into this like a little business plan to it all. So, sorry, unfortunate. It's unfortunate that I didn't win. So,
yeah, it's always unfortunate when you don't win $1
and
billion.
what were you gonna do?
So my one thing that I wanted to do that I said I would buy, was I would take a big chunk of that money that I had and buy a minority stake, because
Yeah,
Cowboys for some reason are worth $9 billion, or I think it might be a little bit inflated. But I'd buy a stake in the Cowboys. That way I could show up all the time, every game, and laugh at you jokers when you came in thinking they were going to do something. Just kind of like a premeditated haha to you.
okay.
But when you're rich, you can do that, right?
Dude, I wish I could do that too, but at least I'm not a Patriots fan, because my glory. I mean, now you're about to go into what us Cowboy fans have done. Your glory years are over, and you're going to be living off those glory years for the next 30 years, just like I am. But at least you got them.
Yes,
You got them.
we got them, and we got a lot of them, because I think we had, what do we get, 6 of them?
And who was responsible for that?
Bill Belichick, baby.
No. Who is the quarterback?
Who cares about the quarterback?
Uh-huh.
Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick made that happen.
Uh-huh.
He'll get it back together. I have a lot of faith in Bill Belichick's abilities. It's like an alliteration almost. Bill Belichick's abilities.
You have Mac Jones.
Yes,
But you have a chance.
But remember, I put a picture up. I said Mac Jones looks like this now. In 5 years, he's gonna have the Bill Belichick effect. He's gonna look like this. He's gonna go from this guy to freaking stud, and it's gonna happen. Just wait and see.
Maybe.
So that's what I was gonna get. You are intent on going on traveling. There are world cruises that they sell for a pretty reasonable price when you're a billionaire.
So I would. I mean, we'd spend probably a month at Disney or in Orlando. I'd take you and the family to a nice dinner, give y'all a nice trip, all that fun stuff. Josh would say he'd come, and then he'd just bail at the last minute or something. And then maybe I'd buy him a brand new PS5, because one that no one has used before. But no, and we do all of Europe. I want to do Greece. Definitely. I love cruising, but I want one of my bucket list items. I want to go swimming with sharks. I want to go swim with great white.
You know what? That's exactly what rich people do. Stupid stuff that can kill them. Rich white dudes.
I'm not going down to the Titanic. At least I'm not doing the Titanic.
Yeah.
But I want
similar level.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Meg? Have you seen the Meg Part 2?
Not 2. I've seen the first one. It's horrible. And I can't wait to see the second one. I will see the second one. Probably not in the theater. But I'm not opposed to it, but I probably can't find anybody to go with. But yeah, I would do a cage if I had to. But if I had the opportunity to free swim with a great white, absolutely. There's no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, to each his own. To be honest, I've thought about it. I've had more time to think about it, and because I'm an aspiring actor, what I actually would do, because it's I've noticed it's really hard to be an actor if you're not the son, daughter, nephew, cousin of someone who's already an actor. Like, there's bloodlines in acting. So I would take a big chunk of my money, open my own studio, and make myself my own star. Here's the first thing here. I got a DVD movie I was in last month. They're trying to kill me. I'm not on the cover for some reason. I don't know why. but I am on the back of the DVD case. That's me
Respect.
right there. That's
There
me.
we are.
That's me.
Dude.
It's on IMDb. This is streaming on a platform called Reveal, and it is soon to be released. Soon to be released, I need a drum roll, to Amazon Prime. It's going to be on Amazon Prime.
Dude,
That's right.
We're gonna have a watching party.
Yeah, once it drops, I'll give everybody an update on this. They're trying to kill me. It's about 45 minutes, so it's technically a feature film, because 40 minutes is the cutoff point. So this is a real movie. It's gonna be on Prime. It's gonna make me famous. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna take my winnings and start my own damn studio.
There
To
you go,
hell,
dude.
to hell with Hollywood. It's gonna be
Oh,
Dan
heck
Wood.
yeah, dude. Oh, screw him.
Dan Wood, baby.
I'll be an actor for you. I want to be a
so bad.
villain. I've always wanted to be in a book. I have a friend who wrote books. And I always wanted her to write me in as a character who got killed off in some gruesome way. But if I could be an actor, I want to be a villain who gets just, I could play a pretty good villain, I think. But I want to get killed at the end in a gruesome, horrible way that people just go, whoa.
Yeah. Here, I got it for you, Sammy. The hat that you're wearing just keeps getting smaller and smaller and just squishes your head until you die. Because I feel like it's already gotten smaller since
It's
the
already
start of the
started.
episode.
It's already started. Dude, this is so small.
Oh my god.
I'm
That's
telling
awesome.
you, the circulation is starting to cut off.
That's awesome. So again, congratulations to the $1 billion winner. You're welcome. We appreciate you viewing. You couldn't have done it without us. Leave a comment in the section down below. Let us know what you're gonna buy with your $1 billion. And if you haven't already done it, like, comment, and subscribe. And what's the last one, Sammy? Like, comment, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, and obey.
Obey. All you fools gotta obey. I promise I won't make anybody massage my toes except for Sammy. He's already volunteered to do it. Everybody
All
else, you're off the hook.
Give her a Mother's Day to remember. It starts with breakfast in bed, then giving her a CBD American Shaman Beauty Bundle, and ending the night with the CBD American Shaman Bath Bomb. We have the perfect gifts to pamper Mom. Our beauty bundle is 30% off, or get 30% off your total purchase of $99 or more. Talk with a certified CBD consultant, sample our products, and see why we say life is better with the feather. CBD American Shaman.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Hold the Mayo.
Oh, the Mayo.
The Mayo. So now we're going to do our $1 billion challenge. One screen, one shot of a movie, and have to guess what it is. Dan's going to post it up there, and I'm going to make my best guess. And if you have a good guess and you think you're right, put it down in the comments. You'll get paid your $1 billion over probably about a billion lifetime years.
Yeah,
over time.
we're doing it's 100 million years is the payout.
It will get paid out. But hey, MegaMillions, they got theirs quick. So you never know. It's a gamble. So
All right, Sammy.
Let's
So
see
here
what we
you
got.
go. Are you ready for this?
Let's do this.
Here is the picture. I need your guess now.
Legally Blonde.
What did you say? Legally blind?
Blonde. Yeah, Legally Blonde. What? Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde is the guess. I like your guess. I don't know if you nailed it. We've done a lot of mid 80s movies. This one's kind of tricky because you can see she's dressed up like an 80s movies, and you're guessing something from the late 90s, I think, early 2000s.
I think so.
So
I think so. I think I know what scene this is.
all right, we're gonna put down Legally Blonde. If you have a guess, get down in the comments, and don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. You have to do all of that if you want a chance at the $1 billion.
Who doesn't want $1 billion?
So, anyways, that's all we got for you today. We were gone for an extra week because Sammy had COVID. We apologize. He's actually better now. His hat is not better. His hat is still sick.
This is my COVID hat.
That's the COVID hat. But we're back better than ever, and we thank you for your time. We'll see you guys On the next one. Hold
The
on.
Mayo.
Sammy, you keep looking over like someone's peeking through that little crack in the stall and like can see you.
Yeah.
While you're taking a
So-
dump.
I didn't feel safe doing this, but it was for science. Okay.
Spider-Man, 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 Spider-Man,